Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani qawli. Today I will share with you topics of second chapter, title measurement. Measurement. In statistics, it involves numbers, it involves quantities, which you have to formulate, which you have to calculate, and then you come up with certain scores. Those scores needs to be analyzed as your findings. Okay. Measurement is the process of assigning a number to object, place, or person. Okay. What do we mean by assigning a number to object? Let's say you have questions in your instrument, in your survey. How many, what do you have in your room? So you will have the list like MCQ. A, table, B, chair, or C, books, for example. Instead of A, you need to assign a number. You don't say A for table. You say 1 table, 2 chairs, 3 books, 4 bags. So you assign number because later on in SPSS, we need those numbers. Again, we need to quantify them. We need to calculate them, becoming a score. Place. Okay. Example, place. Put it your tourist destinations, tourism destinations. Which places you go most you visit most. So you can say first number 1 is Penang, second is Malacca, 3 is Johor. As long as you have those numbers to that particular places. And person, yeah, you don't spell it out. 1 person, O-N-E. No, you must have numbers. How many persons live in your house or with you at home? You can say 1 to 5, range from 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and so on. So again, it's about numbers. You don't say how many person stays in your house, and then you come up with a list. Ahmad, Siti Khadijah, Siti Hajar. So those cannot be quantified by SPSS. SPSS cannot count the words that you report or you key in. Yes, you can key in alphabets, sentence under string, but still it will not come up with numbers. It cannot come up with scores unless you put them in numbers. So the level of measurement, yeah. In measurement there are 4 levels. So or these levels are different. Depends on your needs. So what do we mean by level of measurement? It is the mathematical characteristic of a variable as determined by the measurement process, a major criterion for selecting statistical procedures or techniques. Let's look at the level of measurement. As I said earlier, there are 4 levels of measurement. Some call it type of data. What type of your data is if it there are you may ask about age, you may ask about salary, you may ask about what we call level of education, you may ask about what else, you may ask about um, your hometown, where do you come from originally. So these are all what we call as data. So these, the age, the level of education, the salary must be referring to a particular type of data. There are 4 levels of measurement. It must fit into these 4 levels. I mean, any of this level. It cannot be other than that. Okay. The first one is nominal. What do we mean by nominal? Sorting elements with respect to certain characteristic. Sorting elements means we put them into categories with respect to certain characteristics. Example, gender. How many elements in gender? There are two, male and female. In Malaysia, we cannot accept gays. Sorry, not gays. We cannot accept hunta. Yeah, we cannot accept that. So we only have 2, male and female. Sorting elements with respect to certain characteristic. So characteristic is gender. What are the elements? What are the elements in gender is male and female. That's why it's called nominal. We sort into categories as homogeneous as possible, meaning there is no such in half male, half female. Yeah, it must be homogeneous as possible. And then lowest level of measurement, meaning this is the lowest level, nominal category of data is the lowest level of measurement. Lowest means it's not about the value, but the simplest measurement you can find in data construction or in variable operationalization. It is also called as classification or names or labeling. We can go for other examples, and just now it's about gender. Maybe we can have name of schools. Where which universities you belong to? So I have 16 universities in the list. You have to select one university where you belong to. So that is what we call naming or labeling. Labeling is a label that you purposely give to certain values, even though it does not exist, but you label them so you can quantify them when you do the analysis. The second one is ordinal. What do we mean by ordinal? Ordinal is grouping or classification of elements with degree of order or ranking. Just now, male and female, no ranking. Even though we have al-rijalu qawamu ala nisa, It doesn't mean a degree or ranking in our definition of statistics. So ordinal refers to certain particular classification with the degree of order or ranking. It may not be able to say exactly how much they possess. Yeah, it depends. The range. What do we mean by the value behind the label does not portray or cannot be displayed through the name. Okay, just now we talk about name of school as nominal. How do you define that one school is actually better than the others? That's what we mean by ranking, because I just want you to select which university you are from. So if you tick number 1, this particular question does not, for nominal, if you're talking about nominal, does not intend to see how much is your answers can be better than others or worse than others. That's what we mean by ranking. But ordinal, you purposely organize the answers according to ranking. Yeah. Okay. What is the example? Education. Education. This is what we always see when we answer questions or answer a survey. You may have in the list, the first one is PMR or SRP, and then SPM, and then certificate or STPM, then certificate, diploma, master, PhD, and then professional certificate. Yeah? Ranking meaning as you go down to the list, the education backgrounds gets higher in as an official definition. In Malaysia, around the world, we accept that PhD is the first one, the highest. So you put that PhD in number 5 or 6 as the highest level of education. It can be arranged or placed in single continuum. Single means you can either combine or you can have that one by one down to the list. Yeah. Example, Likert scales. Likert scale. What do we mean by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? You must know when we say Likert scale, there are 5 scales. Okay, madam, what if that scales contain 6 numbers? If it's 6, it is called 6-point scales. 7, 7-point scales. 10, 10-point scale. Is not Likert scale. Some call Likert scale, some call Likert scale. Both are correct. Don't worry about the pronunciation. So, what does that Likert scale mean? We usually say number 1 as not very false or very untrue. Then untrue, moderate, true, and very true. Yeah, we have in bahasa sangat tidak benar, tidak benar, and then sederhana, benar, and sangat benar. So those are the scales we mean. But we give numbers to those scales. We don't type in your SPSS sangat tidak benar or untrue, UNTRU, because you give those numbers in labeling process as number 1, sangat tidak benar or very untrue as number 1. Okay, that's about ordinal. And then we go to the third one. It's called interval. Yeah. What do we mean by interval? It's ordering elements with respect to the degree to which they possess certain characteristics. It indicates the exact distance between them. If you may remember, much earlier, I mentioned about how many persons are there in the house. There may be, the answers may say 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. These are what we call as interval because there is exact distance. Why is it exact? Because 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You count through with your fingers, yeah? 1 to 5 means 5 persons. 1, 2, you give numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you go to 6 to 10. Now using your fingers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Still there are 5. There are 5. 5 person in the house. Okay. What happened? Yeah. If you use 1 to 5. Sorry, 1 to 1 to 5 and then 5 to 10. Okay. 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have 5 to 10, you start with 5, the next range, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there will be 6%, not 5. So what do we mean by exact distance? There should be 5%. You calculate with the fingers. Exact means it is standardized and systematic throughout. 0 does not mean absent, meaning in interval type of data, even 0 is calculated as value. Value, okay, 0 ringgit. What do we mean by 0 ringgit? Meaning there's no money, still a value. So in statistical term, even 0 has meaning. Yeah? You don't simply use 0 if you do not know why do we need the number of 0 in your measurement. Okay, example, 0 degrees. What do we mean by 0 degrees? It's very cold. Negative, in fact, even negative is still values. Very, very cold, low temperature. This is good example. And then we go to the fourth type of data or level of measurement. It's ordering elements with respect to the degree to which they possess certain characteristic. Ratio is also known as scores, S-C-O-R-E. Yeah. Some people use the word scores or some would say ratio. So they are actually the same thing. Yeah. Ratio indicates the exact between them. Exact distance between them. 0 means absent, absolute. Yeah. In interval, previously when we learned about nominal, interval. Oh my, why do we have it before? Let me check. Yes, interval. Yes, nominal, ordinal, and then interval, and lastly is ratio. Okay. In ratio, 0 means absent. Okay. Why? Because it scores. Why is the example? RM Ringgit Malaysia 0, no income. Yeah. Same thing with your CGPA, cumulative grade of CGPA. Cumulative P is an assessment. Yeah. So your results, if it is 1.52, for example, it gives meaning. It gives meaning to that scores. Yeah, because it's ratio and no range between them, and like interval, no ranking like ordinal, and not nominal because nominal is a category. So these 4 scales of measurement can be generalized into 2 categories: non-metric and metric. Non-metric includes the nominal and ordinal scales of measurement. While metric, if we say, what do we mean by metric measurement? Metric measurement means interval and ratio scales of measurement. Non-metric, it refers to nominal and ordinal. As we go along with this type of data, later on, when we analyze, we must come out with the calculation, the results. So these results should be performed and summarized into certain presentation. Yeah, certain presentations can be a frequency table. In USIM, we use APA style of table. So you can check on the website. Write it on APA style table for table. And then we can also present using graphic. It can be pie chart, bar chart, histogram, polygon, line graph, anything, especially when you want to have infographic presentations. All the pie charts, bar charts will be used interchangeably. Yeah? You don't do all data with pie chart. It will be very boring. You should always change them. So we play with pictures, which will be more interesting. You organize and summarize before presenting the data. One of the advantages when you use graphic presentation, that people go directly to the pictures that you have, and they understand it even quicker from reading table. They read table, they can see scores, they can see the numbers, which one is higher, which one is lower, but still they don't, but still the diagram can make them understand faster. That's why television or face-to-face communication is better than WhatsApp, for example, because the presence of pictures, the presence of pictures and then the physicals. Because people can understand better. For example, when I say something good, Alhamdulillah, I feel better now. When you look at the face, you with the smiling face, with the words come with the non-verbal, it becomes more effective. But in WhatsApp, for example, you can only read those words. You can't put emotion into those words unless you use some emoji. I feel better now. So you can only see the words, I am better now, but there's no emotion because you don't see the face. Okay, next. How do you organize the data? This is very important because I always have these questions, even in any part, in quiz, maybe in the assignments, maybe, and then even for not assignments, even a final exam. Yeah, but in your case, we will have, I'm not sure if you have to come, but so far, we'll have 3 quizzes and 2 assignments accumulated to 100%. This is what the early plan. Things will change if the university decide for you to come back. So how do you organize the data into an array? You decide on number of class. So okay, madam, which part of type of data that needs this organization? The answer is for interval type of data. Nominal is not, nominal does not need classes, male and female, no class in between, or no classes for them. So for interval data, because we need a range, yeah, so that's why we have to first decide on number of classes, which is K, capital K, and then you determine class interval. You determine whether it is 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 or 1 to 10, 11 to 20. We have to determine the classes. And then we need to prepare tally sheet. Okay, when you have age, for example, especially when you have it open-ended question, open-ended where they have to key in the numbers. So when they key in numbers for age especially, you can see varieties in numbers. You can see 27, 41, 55, 60, 16, 17, 20, so many numbers. And you can't do it in a table for presentation especially. So what do? We will organize those data into an array. How do we do? First, we need to decide the number of classes. How many range do we need? How many, for example, how many classes? 1 to 6 is the interval. But how many? Where do we stop? Okay, for ages, for example, ages. Which number do you want to start from? And then which numbers do you want to stop? 1 to 6, 7 to 11, and then 12 to 18, for example. And then, do you have to stop at 18 or any other numbers? That's why we need to organize the data. We determine class interval and then we prepare the tally sheet. Okay, this is example. Variable is the communication skills. Now you have scores for communication skill. Yeah, you can see on the slide 81. How many numbers we can find here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6 is 36. Okay. Now, how do you organize this data? First, we need to decide the classes and then the interval, the range. How do we put range into these scores? Okay. Now, we decide the number of classes. How? K is the number of classes. 1 plus 3.3 and times log n. What do we mean by log n? Okay. N refers to the number of your, how many numbers of scores do we have here? 36. So 1 plus 3.3 in the bracket log n. You click on your phone. Not for iPhone, you don't have this. Sorry. If you think that your phone is sophisticated, sorry, because there's no log n. Okay, when you click on your phone, you click on your phone now. You go to calculator. If you put and then you turn your phone to vertical. So when you put on vertical, you can see more functions on your calculators. Yeah. Okay, now just click. We have 36, right? Okay, click log, and then you can see it appears log, open bracket, and then click on 36. Yeah, click on 36 and then click equals. You can see here 1.5563. Okay. Next, next we must multiply those 1.563 multiply 3.3. Okay. 3.3 equals to 5135. You round up to the nearest 5.1. 5.14. Okay, so 1 plus 4.14 equals to 6.14. So the classes is 6.14. You round up, 6.14 means 6. So there will be 6 classes. What do we mean by 6 classes? You will have item from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will have 6 type of answers only. Okay. 6 classes means 6 classes. You will have 6 categories of answers. Now we decide for each class, what is the interval numbers. Now it's called CI, class interval. We go back to the scores. We must identify the highest value and then we identify the lowest value. Okay, we go back to that scores. What is the highest value? Okay, and then you identify the lowest value. Okay, the highest value is 99 and the lowest is 71. You calculate 99, take away 71. Yeah, even though I have answers here, I still calculate with you. 99, you must calculate with me, okay? You must do it with your phone. And I'm sorry, if you use your phone for our lecture, then it will be difficult. But somehow you can do it later because I will record the slides. 99, take away 71 is 28. Okay, and then 28 we divide to 6. What is 6, ma'am? 6 means the classes. Remember when we get the answers for K classes? So divide into 6. It is, 28 divide into 6 is 4.6. 5.67 equals to, when you round up, is 5. Okay. 4.67 we round up is 5. So the CI is 5. Now how do you prepare the tally sheet? Then you have this. This is what we call tally sheet. You start, the lowest is 71. Remember that. 71. Okay. 71, and then the highest class must stop at number 99. Okay. 71. The range is 5. 71, 72, 70. Use the finger. 71. You don't plus 71. If you don't trust me, you plus. Yeah. 71. If you plus 5, yeah. 71 plus 5 is 76. Yeah. It's not 76. We need 5% only. So you can't use your finger. Yeah. Usually what I do, because sometimes the numbers are too big. So what we do is we just take away 1. Okay. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Just now when you plus 5 is 76, you take away 1 is 75. And then it starts next class, says 76, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80, and so on. So, and the last class is 96. Remember, we have to stop at number 99. 96, 97, 98, 99. Ma'am, we have another one. Why shouldn't we stop at 99? Because if you stop at 99, means you only have four interval in the range 4, and this is not acceptable because statistics is about systematic way of analysis and must be standardized. So we go up to 100 to make it same with others. So 96 to 100. It is okay as long that 100 covers those who scores between 96 and 99. It's more, it's okay, but not less. Okay, this is what do we mean by tally sheet. Okay, interesting, right? So we finished the first step, organize and summarize the data. This is again, I have to repeat, I have to remind you, especially when it is what I have to say, for an open-ended question. For those, like, if you already have the classes from the beginning, still it is standardized, you already have the classes, then it should be, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't have your tally sheet because you already set up the classes from the beginning. Some people define age into those categories because they know what they want. And this kind of organization it happens when we do survey to publics because we cannot determine what is the highest age for a publics. If you go to for universities, for example, yes, you for FEBU, for example, you can decide the highest age because why? Because we know the highest is like maybe you started in FEBU in age of 2019 or 2019 or even 18, and then go up to 18, 4 years of study, 18, 19, 20, 21. The highest you can do is 21, 22, or 23. Yeah, we assume that some from diploma background, so you added another 2, so 23. And you know those classes. That's why you already set up the classes from the beginning. It's not open-ended, it's closed-ended. You put the category so they can just click on which classes. For example, from 18, 20, 21, 18, 20. For the first class is 18 to 21. The second class is 22, 23, 24. So you have only 2 classes. The first one ranging from 18 to 21. The second class is ranging from 22 to 24. Okay. Say this is what we mean by frequency table. When you do descriptive and descriptive findings, you need to put this the item, the level of communication, and then frequency, and as well as percent. Okay, just now we talk about age. Actually, for Likert scale, we also do the CI. We don't do K, but we do CI. Because the Likert scales involve 5 scales, 1 to 5. And then from 1 to 5, when we talk about communication skills, what is the level? Usually we have 3 levels. So the K is 3. 3 levels: highest, most effective, moderate, and less effective or less skills. So 3 levels. Or when you have how many is in this case of level of communication skill, you must know how many items measuring communication skills. When you do survey, you usually have items measuring certain variable. So in this case example, communication skills, let's say you have 10 items measuring communication skills. So what do we do here? We will multiply. The lowest score is 1. So 1 multiply the highest, the number of questions. 1 multiply 10 is 10. The highest score is, let's say, like a scale, we have 5. So 5, how many items? 10. 5 times 10 times 10 is, multiply 10 is 50. The highest, the lowest, okay, we go back to the the calculation here. The highest value just now is 50, 5 times 10. And then the lowest value is 10 because we have the lowest scale is 1. 1 times 10 questions is 10. 50 take away 10. 50 take away 10 is equals to 40. How many classes? 3. Most effective, moderate, less, we go to from the lowest one. Less effective, moderate, and most effective. So 40 divided into 3, we have 13.3333. So when we round up, it's 13. So the score should ranging from beginning. What is the lowest? Lowest is 10. So we start from number 10. We start from number 10. What is the range? 13. Remember, the range is 13. So 10 plus 13, 10, where do we get the number 10? The lowest score. 1 multiply number of items, 10. So 13. Range is 13. We start from 10. 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we stop at 22. So ranging from 10 to 22, the first class. Then we go to the next class is we start from 23. 23 plus 13 is 36. 36 take away 1 is 35. So from 23 to 35. The next class is, the next class start from 36. 36 plus 13 is 49. But here we have 50. Remember, the highest score is 50. So what do we have to do, ma'am? So in this case, you have to put 50. Okay. 10. Okay. Plus 13. 36, 35. See, plus 13 is the 49. So you have to put ranging from 30. 10 plus 13 is 23 plus 13. So start from 36 to 50. Because why? The highest scale is, the highest score is 50. So you must put 50. You must, even though it stops at 49 when you calculate, but you must put 50 to cover the highest score if possible. If it happens that your all five, so they will, it will go to 50. Yeah. Wait. Okay. We done that one. Now this is bar graph. I believe that you are familiar with the bar graph, and then okay, this is pie chart. Okay, this is pie chart. We also have other like line graph. Yeah. Okay, this is exercise. So I'm giving you this exercise so you can polish up your 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 your, your knowledge about getting those classes K and CI. Okay, having these two chapters, I'm giving you the first assignment. Yeah, the first assignment. The first assignment is about descriptive analysis. Remember about the dummy data that I asked you to do much earlier? So I want you to do the descriptive analysis, this descriptive findings um, based on gender, age, yeah, and then another section A, all from section A. So you must submit the report, your report on this section A. Under the topic of assignment is a topic of assignment is descriptive analysis. I will give you in writing so you can refer to those instructions. So with that, we finish. Yeah, we finish our first the second chapter. This is general guide. Use mode when variable are nominal. Yeah, you want to present quick and easy measure for ordinal, interval, and ratio data or data variables. Use median when variable are ordinal. You want to report the central score, and the scores measure at interval and ratio level have badly skewed distribution. So not everything can be done in frequencies, sorry, in mode in median, but I will not use this one for our assignment. The assignment will be only descriptive. Descriptive means frequencies and percentage. Okay. With that, thank you so much for listening to the slides.